I still remember where I was when I heard What's My Age Again on the radio for the first time. I immediately had my sister bring me to the music store, and I asked the guy behind the counter who sings Nobody Likes You When You're 23, and I walked out with my copy of Enema of the State. The following weekend, I returned to grab Cheshire Cat and Dude Ranch, and Blink-182 has been my favorite band ever since. But if you only know Blink-182 from their music videos and the songs on the radio, you are missing out on some great music. So for today, I wanted to provide one deep cut from each one of their studio albums. If you're a huge Blink fan like I am, you've heard all of these songs before, but my rules are simple. The track I select can't have been released as a single, so that means no music video and it can't have been played on the radio. Their first full studio album was 1995's Cheshire Cat. Although you can detect some of the ingredients that would make them great later on, this album's pretty rough to get through overall. There's really only 3 songs I like off of it: M&M's, Wasting Time, and Carousel. Of those 3, Carousel is the only one that wasn't made into a single, so it's my choice for this album's deep track. Right off the bat, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit, because this felt like their biggest hit up until Damn It, but according to the internet, which is never wrong, it wasn't made into a music video or played on the radio. Picking just one track off of Dude Ranch was a lot harder because they really stepped their game up for their second album, but I'm going with Pathetic. It's the origin of their nursery rhyme type melodies, and Mark and Tom use this call and response back and forth that highlights both of their vocal ranges and becomes a staple moving forward. Enema of the State was a tough one. I love every song off this album and kept flip-flopping between Dysentery Gary and Dumpweed, but ultimately I'm picking Dysentery Gary. It's fun, funny, and melancholy all at the same time, and really highlights what Blink-182 is all about.
He's a player, diarrhea giver, Johnny Gross hair, fucking listening to Slayer. I would like to find a Friday night, hanging out with mom and showing on his brother's tights. Life just sucks, I lost the one, I'm giving up. She found someone.
For Take Off Your Pants and Jacket, I'm going with Every Time I Look For You. It has the call and response that I love so much, and although my clip doesn't feature it, Mark's bass line after the bridge is simple yet incredible. He plays so hard that you can hear the strings rattling off the other frets, and if you know anything about their producer Jerry Finn, this was not a mistake.
Betray my short attention span, the distance, bridge the border, beg forgiveness, round the corner. Every time I look for you, the sun goes down, and I stumble when this whole thing runs aground.
It feels like almost every song off the self-titled or untitled or Blink-182 album became a single, but the song I'm picking is All of This, where they collaborate with Robert Smith of The Cure. It's not necessarily the best song off this album, but it is one of their most experimental, and with how well I Miss You resonated with everyone, I think anyone who hasn't heard this song will like it.
Use me, honey, come on and use me. Use me, honey, come on and use me.
The band broke up for several years between their previous album and Neighborhoods, and although they got back together, you can definitely sense there's still some tension between them. This is also the first album since the untimely passing of their producer Jerry Finn, and his absence is definitely felt. But still, there is some awesome music on this record, and I'm going with Ghost on the Dance Floor. I love the aggressive tone of Tom's guitar during the intro, especially if you can find a live version of it. So for us fans who suspected something was still wrong with the band, we turned out to be right because they broke up again. But this time they didn't just take a hiatus, they moved on from Tom DeLonge and brought in Matt Skiba from Alkaline Trio. Matt seems like a cool enough dude and a good musician, but he was given the impossible task of replacing legendary Tom DeLonge. And most of us Blink fans treated him like a stepdad. We didn't want him there, and his presence being there made it real that Tom was gone and he wasn't coming back. I tried to give this album a fair chance back then and now, but I still just don't really like it. The singles are okay, but I struggled to find a deep track that I would recommend, and I'm going with Los Angeles, but it's more of a winner by default kind of situation.
When will you save me, Los Angeles? When will you save me, Los Angeles? I'm never coming home.
Blink-182 released one more record with Matt Skiba titled 9, and in my opinion it's even worse than California. I don't even like the singles on this record. The only song I recommend is No Heart to Speak Of. Other than that, skip it.
Lying on a bedroom floor, hanging on the words that you said before. Speak up.
Tom DeLonge is back, baby. Nature is healing. One More Time is a little over a year and a half old, and so far we have singles of One More Time and Dance With Me, so we might have some more on the way. But in the meantime, my track selection has never been easier. Anthem Part 3.
Your heart is about to explode. You can make it and let go. There's no fear when you can hear give up that ghost. When your dreams seem like they're dead, like a pounding deep in your head. When your job is gone to deep shit, if you've fallen off of that list. When you're clenching both of your fists, like you aimed and then you just missed. Let the record show that you're fixed. Don't you give up now, just get up and resist.
Tom and Mark recently said they're getting ready to go back to the studio for their 11th album, so hopefully we got some awesome music coming to us soon. In the meantime, if you could do me a solid and comment, like, and subscribe, it would really help the channel out. Let me know what you would have picked for deep tracks or what your favorite Blink-182 songs are. Until next time, this has been Layover and Chill.